Big Brother Naija has started, and a lot of people happens to be entertained right now with it because of the funny reactions in our country so far. I have a lot of things to actually talk about Big Brother Naija, to the recent audit report happening in the National Assembly, and somebody fainting after being asked or questioned for embezzlement. These and many other things I'll be talking about in this particular video. Just before I jump right in, I want you guys to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon if you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But if already subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and make sure you share my videos across all social media platforms so that others will get to see what is trending and what we are talking about on social media. It's no news that somebody fainted. That is the acting MD of Niger Delta Development Commission fainted at the National Assembly before the Committee on Niger Delta as he was being grilled, and a lot of reactions so far, and a lot of people are making out theories about this particular issue. And then something really struck me, that a lot of young people watching out there with this kind of things, they will cease not to believe in Nigeria again if we don't find a way to kind of solve these kind of problems around the world. But another report has come out to say that the Speaker of House of Assembly has said, man, the man is free to go. And then listen to this video.
This is my 5th term here. I've never once collected anything from the National Assembly, and I know I speak for a great majority of members of this house. Great majority. And because of that, I will take this matter and this allegation and accusation very serious. And I will give the minister 24 to 48 hours. And Clark, I want you to back this up with a letter from this house, to give the minister 24 to 48 hours to publish the names, the contracts so given, the dates, because obviously these things will be documented. Unveil the companies of the 60% projects that were given to members of the National Assembly, failing which
Guys, what do you have to make out of this? Because I saw this video of this particular politician, the Minister of Niger Delta, pretty interesting, because a lot of people have been reacting to the video so far as he accused politicians, honorable House of Rep members, of being major beneficiaries of some projects of NDDC, and that has been a bit disturbing, and a lot of people are reacting to it so far on social media.
NDDC plays a vital role in ensuring the peace and security of the region, and 90% or more of the resources of the country on a monthly basis comes from there. If you close it down in totality, all you have will be chaos, and you have a lot of not just militancy, but you have a lot of insurrection. So it is important that people who have gone to court, people who genuinely did jobs, should be paid for their jobs. So for me, I'm not against it, because of course, who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's you people now. Okay. Because if you look at your chairman,
Honorable Minister, that's okay. That's okay.
No, can I ask you that question? What is the benefit that the National Assembly is benefiting from?
It's okay.
Are you asking me the benefit of National Assembly?
Yes, you just said.
I just told you that we have record to show that most of the contracts in NDDC are given out to members of National Assembly, but you don't know about it.
It's okay.
It's okay. The two chairmen can explain to you. That is why I was a member. I was a member of the NDDC committee.
It's okay.
Wait, you were a member of the NDDC NDC, and lot of wait, you were a member of the NDC.
But I think these things are really disturbing because a lot of people now watching this on TV being broadcasted to them is something that some people are just trying to believe at this particular time because they see it as a kind of melodrama around just to deceive them. When election comes, all these people come and deceive them, and then they fight for their own pocket until we start making the citizens to believe in the political system of this country. I don't think Nigeria will actually go for, because left for me, I believe that corruption is something that has kind of driven this country and then made a lot of nonsense out of this country, like the whole world is watching right now on how we are corrupt, on how we deal with corruption. The young people are watching now, and then we are asking them never to be corrupt. But in our own ways of doing things, the structure there is actually helping the corrupt people to be more corrupt and to be rich, and nothing happens to them. That is corruption with impunity. And I think we as a country, we need to actually comfort and then start changing our own mindset about this thing. But some people will ask you, how do we do that? But I think it lies on the young people right now. They should start being constructive in their argument, in their ways of doing things, and then in order to take hold of this particular country. If they were not constructive enough, I think they can't actually do that. That is why the young people needs to be enlightened, needs to actually understand the meaning of governance and then start getting involved. But right now, the old people seem not to be interested in the young people, ready to give it to the young people. That is why a lot of them are now disturbed. And you have to understand that when you check the educational institutions of this country is gone. That is another disturbing issue, and a lot of young people are not educated enough to understand their rights, to understand the political structure in this country. But how do we do that? That is what a lot of people are now asking. Thank God for this world of information sharing. You can actually learn some things online and share with other countries' citizens, and then come up with a brilliant sensibility of knowing how to manage or to get involved in politics and the political structure of this country. But I think these leaders that we've given a mandate, they need to actually retrace their steps and then do a meaningful thing that will actually encourage young people to take on the mantle in the future. Big Brother Naija has started. A lot of people are now talking about Big Brother Naija, and that is something that a lot of people are still watching right now, because some people will say, I can't kill myself. And I think a lot of people need to be entertained, and that is what has started at this particular time. But 3 persons in the house, or about 4 persons in the house, have been cutting the eyes of fans of Big Brother Naija. That is a person of Nengi, a person of Lekon, a person of Ozo, and a person of Dorothy. And that is something that a lot of people are now responding to. Dorothy, who happens to be big bursted, and a lot of captions about her on social media already, why she is getting a lot of attentions. And then Ozo, who happens to be one of the most handsome in the house. Lekon happens to be vibrant in the house, and a lot of people are making their judgments already. But the interesting part of it is that some celebrities have started taking sides already, like Regina Daniels, who actually posted a picture of Ozo in the house and then asked her fans to vote for Ozo, and a lot of people are now responding to that already on social media. But something caught my mind. One of the housemates from the north has been blasted by her northern brothers and sisters for appearing on Big Brother Naija show, and according to what they said about her, that no northern sensible man will allow his daughter to actually be in Big Brother Naija. I think a lot of people need to actually reserve their own opinion to themselves in some certain things. You know, it's just that I don't see any reason why you should restrict people to thinking the way you want them to think. Since they are not violating any law, allow them to live their life. That is what I believe. If you talk to them and they don't see your own opinion as acceptable to them, just allow them to be. But that is something I think these people criticizing this kind of show, Big Brother Naija show, especially from the north or my northern brothers, they need to actually start talking when we are, you know, talking on serious issues like insecurity in this country, like you know, child marriage, and like a lot of things. Not this kind of Big Brother Naija show, because we have this kind of things happening in the north and they don't really speak about those things. They leave the important thing to focus on this kind of Big Brother Naija show. That is something I see as you know, something, a misplacement of priority. That is what I believe about that. They should focus the energy on trying to speak against insecurity in the north, tribalism in Nigeria, and all those kind of things. We should focus more on that, not criticizing Big Brother Naija show. That is one thing I just believe about that. Guys, don't feel to drop your comment below so that we can actually discuss about it in our next video. Just before I jump off, I want you guys to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon if you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But if already subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and make sure you share my videos across all social media platforms so that others will get to see what is trending and what we are talking about on social media.